Big Rivers Waterpark and Adventure Park is the water park that opened as part of the Grand Texas Complex in New Caney, Texas. This complex promises to offer a fully fledged amusement park one day, maybe. But for now, all Houstonians have is the water park. But with a few more attractions than an average water park, this park is building itself up as a competitive amusement park for the Houston and Texas landscape. But currently, just how good is it? Find out in this review. Grand Texas is a proposed theme park to be built north of Houston, Texas. Proposed back in 2013, the development of the area has been slow. The hotels and other infrastructure have been added to the area. The water park was built as a way to test operations before building a more expensive amusement park. Big Rivers had a soft opening in 2019 with a full opening in 2020. Despite not closing due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the parking complex still took a pretty big hit from COVID, as it took a long time to get the word out about Big Rivers. In 2022, the park decided to add a Fairgrounds, or a few amusement rides, to the water park. This got them on the roller coaster map as an amusement park with Rolling Thunder, as well as offered guests a wonderful complement to the water slides. I really do wish other water parks would have this, because it is a fantastic complement. This addition, originally promising 11 rides, has operated with about 6 for the past few years, with Bayou Bounce being added at the start of the 2024 season and Stratosphere opening in the fall of 2024, plus some kiddie rides currently under construction. The park was hit hard by Hurricane Beryl in the summer of 2024, which caused the park to be closed for a week and a half to clean up, and a few rides, such as the swings and the very top of the ropes course, needed an extra time to recover, though most were operational shortly after reopening. As for the future of the complex, the park has stated that they hope to add more slides to the water park after the Fairgrounds is complete. Additionally, they hope to open a separate indoor FEC as part of the complex, which would be a nice complementary addition, especially if it also has a roller coaster for enthusiasts. Though there are hopes for a larger amusement park in the future, and I and most Houstonians probably aren't holding our breath. But we will certainly cheer them on as, if completed, it would bring some healing back to a city that still misses Astroworld. Big Rivers is divided essentially into 4 areas or types of activities. The main water park with water attractions, the dry attractions around the lake, the fairground amusement rides, and the different aerial zipline attractions. The water park has a basic lazy river that I actually used a fair amount as a transportation ride between sections of the park, so it plays better than it looks, and a wave pool. The centerpiece structure, Gator Splash, is a kiddie play structure with 8 different slides off of it. These have a bit more pep than your average kiddie slide, and this is a great addition for those who are scared of the larger slides, as you can have a wonderful time just on this structure alone. There is also Hatchling Hill next to this, which are even smaller slides, which are supposed to be exclusively for young kids. But I did sneak on these to get the credit, as they're individually labeled in Log Ride. Though small in size, these are nicely set up and fun for the youngest of guests, or those scared of any of the larger slides. When combined with Gator Splash, this area as a whole creates a fantastic family play area that is focused around 14 different enjoyable slides, something that likely will not be found at most water parks. There is a tower with 2 family raft slides. These have a minimum rider requirement of 2 and a maximum rider requirement of 3. As a single rider, I had no problem teaming up with a group of 2 on my visits. Both slides are terrific, as you can really get pushed up the turns. The half-pipe, though, is a bit weak for the genre of half-pipe slides, which is why I actually preferred Carmel Crush as your raft gets pushed off the slide on the various turns, and that finale offers a few nice pops going down. If you stay to the left on the stairs, this slide normally has virtually no weight. Lastly, there is a selection of body and mat slides. Colorado Rivers is a basic mat slide, though the initial drops in the dock offer a bit of re-ride value as they play slightly differently, depending on the profiling. There also is no strong bunny hill at the end of this mat slide, which is kinda disappointing from a thrill seeker perspective. Free Falls offers a strong amount of forces with its helixes and can hurt your back a little bit as a body slide, though not terribly. The straight down Sabine Scream is an adrenaline rush, but I actually preferred Pecos Plunge as the bunny hill was a bit scarier. Overall, this is not a great collection of water slides and is missing some solid tube slides, but it does have a bit for everyone with a superb collection of family accessible slides and a few strong thrill slides. The lack of lines in general is also a huge perk when compared to other water parks in Texas, as most water slides can easily be a 45-minute wait at other parks. The dry attractions circle around the lake, which is an awesome visual, though the trees are a bit thin in some areas. The axe throwing and archery allow for a fun included experience and are a great way to practice these skills, if you'd like. The maze almost always seemed empty on my visits, but does have an added quest of finding the 4 letters that spell maze. Wild Isle is my favorite attraction in the park as it mixes the unique feel of Big Rivers with a physically demanding activity. This is likely even more fun for young, energetic kids versus adults, but it offers a great time for park goers. There's a little playground next to some tables and a stage area that is sadly normally vacant. This is a lovely area, and I wish Big Rivers could use their stage more throughout the day, either for music or performances, as it would elevate the experience here so much. The Hill of Hay and Sandy Summit offer farm-style play areas for kids, but these have also been eerily deserted on all of my visits, though likely they would be enjoyable for kids. Big Al's Petting Zoo offers a nice way to see barn animals, and the staff members are always super friendly. Next door is the gator interaction, and it's pretty cool seeing the alligators. If the park has baby alligators, there is a way you can touch or hold them, though I haven't been able to try this, so I'm not sure exactly how that works. 2 upcharges here are the mineral mining, which is common for family entertainment centers, and fishing, which I guess it could be nice to fish in that big large lake. The aerial attractions feature basic zip lines. The main zipline, Falcon's Flight, takes you across the wave pool and the large lake. Although fun, this likely is not worth the upcharge price of $20 per person. Though if you've never been ziplining before, it could be a good warm-up course. Hawks Glide, the other zipline course, has been closed most, if not all, of the 2024 season. Cougar's Climb offers a really challenging rock climbing course, which likely is too hard unless you're an experienced climber. Vulture's Dive offers a terrifying visual looking down from the top. These types of drops actually aren't too bad once you've jumped, but I could not bring myself to complete this dive, not with that visual. The ropes courses offer some variety. Raccoon Run is a small, low-to-the-ground ropes course for those too scared of the larger version. Eagle's Challenge offers a really long ropes course with 3 different levels, though the top level has been closed on most occasions. With its length, it likely is the one aerial attraction that is worth the upcharge cost. To go on the aerial attractions, you do not need to pre-book as it suggests online. Simply walk up to the attendant, normally located beneath the ropes courses, and tell them which attraction you'd like to purchase. If there is a wait, they'll let you know or tell you to come back, but it should be easy to see if there's just a few operators standing and waiting around for someone to show up. There is also a small, free locker inside the aerial attraction shack that you can put your phone or anything else in your pockets while you go up on the zip lines, which is just a nice option to have. The Fairgrounds is the new for 2022 expansion that put Big Rivers on the map as an amusement park. However, it has slowly built up to its originally built 11 attractions. The kiddie swings were beat up badly in Hurricane Beryl and are exclusively for kids anyways, but appear to be fixed up and hopefully good to go now. There are also 2 kiddie rides being built, a train and a kiddie spinning ride in front of Rolling Thunder. Samba Balloons is a simple spinning ride as well. Texas Twister is a slightly bigger family spinning attraction. Screamin' Eagle is a nice centerpiece ride, and I've been thrown around a lot by the wind on this, so I feel it gives a pretty good ride for the genre. Lafitte's Fury does little as a swinging ship, as the positive G's can easily make you sick without giving you much in the way of airtime on the apexes. Spindletop does have a very short cycle for an inverted pendulum, though you can get nice airtime on the non-inverted swings and can easily ride again. On my most recent rides, the operator simply asked us if we all wanted to go again. Since we did, she just sent us around in another cycle. Bayou Bounce, the new for 2024 attraction, is a wonderful kiddie drop tower offering nice kiddie drop feelings. As a non-spinning ride, this is a great addition to the Fairgrounds, though it can be hard to ride at times, as operators won't always be manning Bayou Bounce. New for the fall 2024 season, Stratosphere will be a large-scale drop tower, giving thrill seekers finally something to truly enjoy from the Fairgrounds. Lastly, Rolling Thunder is an FBF Visa spinner that gets this park on the map for having a coaster. The unique hamster wheel card does add a bit to this overall disappointing layout, making it one of the better basic FBF Visa spinners out there, and you can hear my full thoughts in a separate review. As for operations, this park does a first-rate job at making sure staffing levels are high, and the guests have a smooth experience. Every water slide has always been ready to open with the park on my visits, and I've had no issues with closures from the water park side of things. The Fairgrounds will have rotating operators as demand just is not there, but the park will try and have this area fully staffed at the start of the day over the summer, though it likely will open 15 to 30 minutes after the park as a whole, simply due to a lack of overall demand. On my most recent visit, it does seem the park is paring down staffing during the off-season, with only 2 operators in the Fairgrounds, and that was on top of higher than normal demand for these rides. This meant that guests were mainly going to the attractions that had an operator at them, and guests already on them. Normally, this was Rolling Thunder and Screaming Eagle, though again the operators did bounce around a little bit, as guests didn't want to wait for an unmanned attraction, which is very understandable. Likely, the roller coaster should be easy to get on, as people and an operator will likely be there, but you may have to follow a group or otherwise wait a bit to get all of the other attractions in the fairground on a slightly busier day, depending on staffing levels. Aerial activities as well will likely not open with the park, as a worker will still be finishing the test of the zip lines right at opening, but there should be enough staff members to accommodate guests on the zip lines during the day. Though I did see a group who had to return Sunday morning, since there was a really long line for the zip lines at the end of the previous day on Saturday. The few closures or delays that you will encounter are very reasonable considering the low attendance this park sees, and Big Rivers is more committed than most large parks to having full staffing and seeking to be open as much as possible throughout the year. As for a rope drop strategy, many guests will arrive at opening. The parking lot will feel fuller as all employees park there as well. However, most guests are families who otherwise aren't worried about maximizing their day. Normally, I wouldn't be too concerned with rope dropping, so I just do some quick laps on the body slides with no lines before heading over to the fairgrounds. If you are not a single rider, the 2 family raft slides easily can get a 45-minute wait, particularly Storm Surge, so I'd hit these up early as everything else should be close to a walk-on all day. Wild Isle is the only other attraction with a long line, and this is just due to the fact that they allow guests to remain out on the inflatable structure for close to 30 minutes. So it can take a while for guests to rotate out if Wild Isle becomes full. On that note, only a few attractions require a signed waiver: Wild Isle, the axe throwing and archery, and the zip lines or aerial attractions. This is easy to sign on one's phone or computer, though it was not linked to my season pass, just my phone number, which means the staff had to look it up each time I did one of these activities, which seemed like an unnecessary burden as it took about, half a minute or so to look it up after I gave them my phone number. As for food throughout the park, I did not try anything on my visits, as I normally try to avoid purchasing food at parks. They do have an all-day drink cup, which is likely a good investment as I've been melting from the heat on the pathways. By another measure, my phone has routinely overheated while trying to get off-ride video at this park. Food is closer to $10 a meal, with some snacks being even less, as the park seems to go for a cheaper price over quantity or quality of food. The barbecue restaurant, as the staple food court, does appear to have better quality food at around $15 to $20 a plate. When I go back for Big Rivers Christmas, I am content with blending my eating out budget for the week with Big Rivers Christmas, and just spending $40 to $80 on food and various Christmas snacks, as that is likely a very nice addition to that event. If you plan to stay all day on a Saturday, this is likely a compromise you'll need to make as well, since my normal strategy of going out to my car to eat lunch isn't as viable with a very long walk between the parking lot and the front entrance. Someone was pretty smart in their planning and designing there. Parking is normally an added charge to encourage guests to get a season pass. Parking is free, but it is hard to find the free lot. The free lot is the big lot past the initial entrance. There's no attendant, and you're just free to park anywhere on the lot you like. If you're coming from the Woodlands area on 242, you will need to make a really awkward U-turn in order to access this parking lot. The paid lot is small, but is right next to the entrance and is only $10 if you'd rather not walk all the way from the free lot, which isn't terrible, but still about a 5 to 10 minute walk. Lockers are reasonably priced as well, but still an extra upcharge as with most water parks. Small lockers cost $10, with larger ones for $15 and $20. Most guests, however, simply would leave their belongings on the various chairs around the pools. I normally only brought a few things in with me, so I didn't worry too much about leaving my t-shirt or glasses, if I had them, on a chair while I went on the few body slides here. I did lose my t-shirt once, but that was picked up by a park attendant, not another guest, because I was the only guest in that section of the park at the very start of the day. So the attendant just assumed that a guest had left it from the previous day, and it never got picked up. I did get my shirt back from security at the front, no problem, so it all worked out. As with most water parks, I highly recommend wearing swim shoes. These can be worn while going down the body slides, and my feet got blisters from the heat on the ground the very few times I tried these slides without proper swim shoes. Furthermore, the fairground rides can be really hot, with some having metal flooring, which you will not want to step on in bare feet. Strangely, they will make you hold your swim shoes on the two large family raft slides, but that's a small price to pay for not having your feet burn. Furthermore, Big Rivers is dabbling in special events to try and encourage guests to visit, though strangely, none seem to focus too much on their food. Most are geared towards families, such as their theme days with Mermaid Days, Superhero Days, and Pirate and Princess Days. I haven't been to any of these events, and in Big Rivers fashion, there isn't enough information given to prospective guests to know exactly what additional activities these events actually bring to the park. Big Rivers has also had other upcharge days, such as an adult-only Friday evening and a water park where you can bring your dog to play in the water areas for $10. Big Rivers is experimenting with different events, some which might be really good and unique, so I'm hopeful these will become a staple of the park going forwards. I am slightly sad that they don't have a better concert series, as even just having any type of local band or other group using their stage consistently would be a huge perk for visiting. The Big Rivers Christmas event is also really great, as the park is transformed with lights and music everywhere, giving it a wonderful Christmas charm. I have a whole separate review of the 2023 version if you're interested in learning more, but this is the best light display that I've seen at any amusement park, and it is well worth the $25 to visit. I am sad that they are not open every day this December as they were in 2024, as the early weekdays worked nicely with my schedule, but this is understandable from a profitability standpoint. The Pumpkins After Dark event is new for 2024, and I have not attended this event, but the focus on an imported light display should make it a similarly enjoyable experience to the Christmas event while remaining very kid and family friendly. This is also a separate upcharge, even for season pass members, as Pumpkins After Dark is run by an outside group. But what about the overall price of the park? Day tickets for this park run around $25 to $30 a piece, which is very reasonable considering the offerings. They can be as cheap as $15 per day or more expensive up to $45 per day. If you get a lower price and can leverage it for one of the summer weekends with long hours, you could get a great value for your price. But as long as you pay in the $25 to $30 range, you should feel fine about getting a fair price for this park. Do check out possible promotions before visiting to ensure that you're paying a good price. Sales like Leap Day or Black Friday are likely the best time to snag good deals, but do check throughout the year as well. The more difficult question is if you need a season pass. If you are very local to this park, then obviously a season pass is a fine idea. With construction done on 242, Conroe and the Woodlands are a bit closer now, but still a 30-minute drive. You will enjoy going to both the Christmas event and the water park over the summer, so this is easily $50 to $60 worth of your pass. If you're willing and able to go back a few more times, you'll get the value of your pass no problem. And the park is working on having more events in the off-season, including the new for 2024 Halloween event that will make passes even more valuable going forwards. The park also starts selling their season passes for the next year on the 1st of August. So if you get a season pass for the water park in August, this will maximize your value as a whole as well, as it's good through the end of September of the next year. At only $90, a season pass is not going to be a bad investment, but just something to really consider if you're not looking to visit multiple times or you have a large family. I got the Extreme Pass for 2024, which is no longer offered. The only difference from the regular season pass was that it was $30 more expensive, but I got unlimited aerial or zipline activities on all of my visits. Since the ziplines weren't busy on most of my visits, this was an awesome way to add capacity to these while giving me great value. If you were a young kid, or adult even, scared of ziplining, this was a fantastic way to build up one's stamina for these courses while gradually facing one's fears over the course of the season. I really do hope this is brought back, but likely the park will keep these as exclusively an upcharge. Even just giving guests one free aerial activity per visit with a premium pass would be a really valuable perk that I'd gladly pay $30 more for on my season pass, as that is about what I used anyways. It would also be nice if there was a daily unlimited aerial pass that guests could add on to their day ticket, or I guess now season passes as well. $30 seems reasonable for this, and if you're really focused on the zip lines, you'd more than get your money's worth. And it would allow those visiting for just a day to ride all the aerial attractions at a reasonable price. The benefits to the season pass, beyond just visits, aren't too great either. Most parks charge for parking, which requires you to buy a season pass. Big Rivers doesn't, which is awesome, but lacks that incentive to buy their pass. They have many buddy days throughout the season, which, if you use them, gives you the value of your pass right there. But these are very poorly communicated to pass holders. I've gotten 2 separate emails, one in late June and one in September, reminding me of a buddy day scheduled for either that day or the next day, when I had no idea one was even coming up. And there were 2 buddy days listed on the main calendar that I wasn't even aware of as a pass holder. These also aren't the best days. ZDT's amusement park spoils me, and then almost every day I just naturally want to go to the park happens to be a buddy day, which makes the idea of paying more for the premium buddy pass really enticing. ZDT's also lists all their buddy days well in advance, so it is very easy to plan, as well as for guests to be informed of these days when they're sitting there considering buying a season pass. Big Rivers seems to hide their buddy days a bit more than they really need to. Though going off their 2024 buddy days, they seem to have one in late April on a Sunday, a few in May, early June, and 3 during the week over the summer, a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And the last 2 Sundays in September were also buddy days, though these seem to just have been added as an extra perk for pass holders as the park was trying to get people to like them more. Plus, all guests can take advantage of the Bring 'em On free on Mother's Day or Bring a Dad free on Father's Day. If you can use these buddy days, it easily rationalizes that price of a season pass, but it is a bit more complicated to do this than it really needs to be. Beyond that, the only other main benefit is a 10% discount on food and merchandise. If you're going to buy a lot of food at the park, this does help, but likely you won't spend a lot to make this a huge benefit one way or the other. Big Rivers did offer a weekday summer pass for $60 in 2024. This seems to be sold only over the summer, so it is unclear if it is returning in 2025, but seems like a nice way to offer families a cheaper season pass while excluding the busier weekend days. So if the $90 price tag is a bit too much, this might be a reasonable way to get a cheaper pass as the summer approaches, though I would suggest purchasing your pass early so you get that Big Rivers Christmas included. Overall, how good is Big Rivers Waterpark and Adventure Park? This is a beautiful park that only needs a bit more shade, though lack of shade is fairly standard for new water parks. The non-coaster attractions are also competitive with other parks throughout Texas, as I rank these for Big Rivers right between Galveston's Pleasure Pier and the Kemah Boardwalk, with Pleasure Pier just having a few bigger rides, and me not giving much credit for the various dry attractions or water slides throughout Big Rivers. What hurts Big Rivers in my overall rankings of parks in Texas is its lack of a signature coaster. I'm not a fan of FBF Visa spinners, so I'd even prefer a strong kiddie coaster like most foreign parks have over Rolling Thunder, though I'm also dreaming of that strong family wooden coaster running through the woods around the lake. Furthermore, I've just been disappointed with some of the communication from Big Rivers and how the park as a whole provides brand value to guests. This park tries hard to be great, with excellent operations, a solid Christmas event, a commitment to being friendly, and a desire to be open and operate as much as possible. But I'm judging this based on Big Rivers competing to be a top-tier park in Texas, so I come away a bit confused, wanting that bit more that I know this park can give. To be fair, Wonderland in Amarillo suffers from guest disappointments with their price structure and ride closures, though their small collection of incredible roller coasters makes this a much smaller issue for me, as I'll gladly just ride their coasters. When compared to water parks, I do prefer Big Rivers over the nearby Hurricane Harbor Splashdown, as Splashdown slide offerings can be a bit confusing, and their 2024 operations were terrible, as most of my visits involved half the slides being closed. Even long lines at Schlitterbahn make me disappointed in their operations, and that is with Schlitterbahn being one of the best pure water parks in existence. Big Rivers is continuously working to improve and become not just a premium water park, but a premium amusement park in Texas. and I think they'll get there. But there's just a few awkward kinks that they need to work out to really show thrill seekers and families that this park is continuously worth one's time. What has your experience at Big Rivers Water and Adventure Park been like? Do you find a season pass worth it? Have you tried the upcharge aerial attractions? Are you excited to return to their Christmas event? Let me know. And as always, Kapkun Krap.